Hey guys, it's Tuesday morning and I just jumped in my car. Actually waiting for my car to defrost. It's getting cold outside. Me and the wife are working hard to get our garage settled after we just moved in, so we can get both cars in there. So looking forward to that. But hey, I wanted to talk a little bit more about budgeting in a spot specifically that a lot of people are probably going to like this one, and that is that I believe that spouses should have their own independent spending money. That's right. Money that you do not, it's your own discretionary spending account. Um, I'll be honest with you. Me and my wife, we have not had this account for the last 8 years. And I'll tell you what it resulted in. We didn't have a lot of money fights, but when we did have money fights, it was always over something she wanted to buy for herself or something I wanted to buy for myself. The problem with this is that I value different things than she values. So when she would come to me and say, "Hey, I want a pedicure," or "Hey, I want a manicure," well, as men, we don't understand the value of those things. And so we want to say, no, it's a waste of money. But to her, it's not a waste of money. Okay. And so, when I want a new TV, all you guys know that our things are a lot more expensive than the women's things, generally speaking, when it comes to electronics, anyways. Let's keep them out of a clothes store, right? Um, she would have the same opinion. It's unnecessary and it's a waste of money. But again, we all value different things, right? Men and women, we value different things. And so the discretionary accounts, in other words, I set up an account, a checking account for me, and I get my own debit card, and we set up a checking account for her, and she gets her own debit card. And what this allows for is that, when she goes and gets her pedicure and she comes home, when we didn't have our independent spending accounts and it was just coming out of our primary checking, it made it really hard for me to be happy for her because I felt like it was setting back our family goals. Now I understand it's $30, $40, but to me, to me, the details is in the small things. Or excuse me, the movement happens in the small things because small things add up if you let a lot of them creep through in your finances. But she values that. That's something she values. Getting her hair uh, did or done, however y'all want to say it. She values that. To me, look at my hair, guys. Y'all know. I mean, this happens in the bathroom every couple weeks. This isn't going to no barbershop, and so that's something she values. And so I think it's important that as adults, granted we haven't done it for the last 8 years, that we start to have discretionary spending for each of us. Now, the amount is going to be very dependent on where you are financially. Okay, we don't have any debt. Only debt we have on us is our mortgage. So I guess we do have some debt, right? But that's the only debt that we have is our mortgage. And so we have a little bit more room. So we have a little bit heftier of a spending account. But again, I'm looking forward to the day my wife brings home uh, clothes, and I don't have to look at those clothes and say, you know what, those clothes are setting us back to meeting our financial goals. I don't have to do that anymore because that money's already allocated to her and she can do what she wants to with it. And now I can look at those clothes and say, you know what? Those are good looking clothes and not worry about the financial aspect of it. Or she goes and gets her hair done. I don't have to think about the money it costs to have it done. I can just say, hey, honey, your hair looks great. Um, Always say her hair looks great. Um, and the same on my end. So I guess what I'm getting at is just it minimizes the arguments that are necessary because now it's hers and I have mine as well. And so it eliminates those arguments. And most importantly, you're able to have that freedom without sacrificing your family and your all's financial goals, your family goals. Because everything needs to happen as a family, okay? But we as individuals still need our discretionary spending. And again, this is because we value different things. And so just because she values something doesn't mean I'm going to, but it's still valuable to her. So she needs her own money to do those things. Trust me, it'll eliminate a lot. I haven't even tried it yet, but I can assure you, this next month, I can assure you it's going to eliminate a lot of arguments, I've already got peace of mind over it. So, and we talked about automating our finances last week. Do the same with this. Look, if it's $100 a month, $25 a week, throw it into that checking account. Get her own debit card. Get your husband his own debit card. And you can get different looking debit cards so you know which is which, right? And you can carry your primary checking and save your primary checking debit card and your personal debit card in your wallet. And this is another way of automating our finances, right? We talked about that last week. We get all of our bills paid through a separate checking account, and then we set auto payments with those companies to pull from that checking account. And now we're automating our savings, right? So we're like, for instance, we're putting these two checking accounts we're talking about, the husband and wife checking accounts. Transfer $25 a week if your dollar amount's $100 a month. What if it's $200 a month? Well, $50 a week, right? Simple math. Automatically have it transferred every week along with your other bills to the bill pay checking account. Guys, you're left with your primary checking account with just pretty much groceries, gas, and restaurant money. I mean, for the most part, that's what you're left with. And so basically, your primary checking account becomes a card for groceries, restaurants, and gasoline, and um, any other things that you choose to do, go to movies or whatever. But it allows you to really crack down on what you really have to use every week instead of uh, thinking you have more and then getting to the end of the month and realize you kind of needed some of that money. So again, automation is key. And part of that lesson today again is have independent checking accounts for spouse and husband so that you can have your own discretionary spending. Eliminate a lot of arguments that you may have about money if you're a cheapskate like me, tightwad like me. And that's all for today. Hope this helps. Everybody have a great day. God bless.